Hello everybody, welcome to BB99. We're one episode away from the 100th episode, but this episode, 21 viewers cast 76 votes using the Google form linked in the description. That is one more voter than last time, but 10 less votes. Interesting. Thank you to the 21 voters for putting a vote in today. It was Dragon Tails Casey and Izzy who were immune on Group 2, as Group 2 were put up for elimination by the wheel. The person winning the double immunity token today is Clifford the Big Red Dog. They only received one vote. Impressive. And then there is a tie for the single immunity. That goes to Garfield and Goofy, who both had 2 votes. The 3 people just missing out on winning a single immunity token are the first Big Bird, Dr. Seuss's Grinch, and Charlie Brown, who all had 3 votes each. The next person safe was Peter Rabbit with 4 votes, and then Skater Snoopy and Dexter with 5 votes each. Then we've got the second Big Bird and Olive Oil safe with a 6-7. Sorry, that was the only time I could make that joke. And then the next person safe was Pikachu with 8 votes. It was a close vote battle between Leo and Eben Bear as the next character balloon to leave the game. I can now reveal that the person eliminated today is Eben Bear with 14 votes. Leo narrowly survives with 13. Right, Robo Poppy, you know what to do. Eben Bear made his debut as a giant helium balloon in the 1995 parade. Eben Bear is the official mascot of the defunct Jordan Marsh department store chain, and is named after Eben Dreyer Jordan, the co-founder of Jordan Marsh & Co. The reason that Eben Bear debuted in the Macy's parade in the first place was due to Macy's acquisition and subsequent conversion of Jordan Marsh stores. The 62-foot-tall balloon was recycled from the Snuggle Bear balloon, who had been scheduled to be retired in 1994. The balloon has similar dimensions to Snuggle, but not exactly the same. As I previously mentioned, the balloon is 62 feet high, with a Christmas stocking that measured 40 feet long. He gave a friendly 6-foot wave to the crowd, and his red cap was as big as a small apartment. The candy cane in his hand measured 18 feet tall. With a width of 32 feet, the balloon required 12,128 cubic feet of helium to be inflated and required 50 handlers to guide him down Broadway. The balloon was manufactured by Raven Aerostar and designed by Manfred Bass. The balloon in its first 3 appearances was sponsored by Macy's. And prior to the balloon's debut, a special event was held at the City Hall Plaza in Boston that was to feature the debut flight of the Eben Bear balloon. Balloon animals and face painting were included at the event, as well as music from the Boston College Marching Band and the Boston Police Gaelic Band. Unfortunately, the first public flight of Eben Bear, which was the event's main attraction, was called off due to winds that exceeded 81 miles per hour. Despite a failed test flight, the balloon took a pleasant maiden flight down Broadway.
A little West Side Story action, and something's coming all right, Willard. The band is making way for Macy's new holiday balloon, Eben Bear.
I love my bears. I hear he's a cousin several times removed from the three bears. Now check this out. With Candy Cane, it'll take him a while to finish that 10-foot sweep that he's got. Even his hat is the size of a small room. Do you know, Katie, he makes his home in Boston? I guess he gets a donut occasionally up there, too. But it's thrilled to be lumbering through the Big Apple right now because he loves to visit Manhattan.
Let's hope Eben doesn't get too far downtown here in New York. They get a little nervous when they spot a bear on Wall Street. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Especially one this big. At his size, he could bump his head floating under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Bear on Wall Street. I just got it.
Get it?
That's a lot of bull. Fortunately, he's protected by his red cap. And I like red and green stockings, too.
Speaking of that, Willard, how much longer for the big guy?
The balloon appeared again the following Macy's parade in 1996 with no issues.
Willard, incidentally, have you bought my Christmas present yet?
Can we get the door off the hinges in your apartment? Because I'm going to take a little room. Better call the crew.
Sounds fascinating. If not, I will settle for Eben Bear in my stocking. He's the cutest bear. He's visiting us from his home in Boston. This is his second Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
He is so cute. All right, Katie, but I'll tell you what, the bare fact is that at 58 feet high, Eben can almost peek through the Macy's toy department windows on the 7th floor.
While he fills parade fans and viewers with holiday joy, colossally cuddly Eben is filled with close to 19,000 cubic feet of helium. It would take a circle of 40 kids to give Eben a complete bear hug.
The balloon was scheduled to appear in 1997 and at least made it onto the parade route. However, that year had the strongest winds on record. Winds that caused the Cat in the Hat balloon to veer into a lamppost, knocking it into the crowd and injuring 4 people. Following the incident, along with many of the balloons being destroyed, parade officials decided to sideline the final 2 balloons of the lineup, which were Eben Bear and Petula Pig, as a safety precaution. The balloons were carefully taken off the route and deflated manually by the handling teams. Coincidentally, of course, both of these balloons were sponsored by Macy's. But that wasn't the last time we would see Eben Bear, as he would return the following year in 1998. Now sponsored by the John Deere Company, who was the official provider of the utility vehicles for the parade. The balloon's candy cane vanished, however. It must have come off either during the removal or while it was stored between parades. Nevertheless, he still appeared anyway without the candy cane, and this appearance would be the balloon's last. However, it would later appear in a commemorative snow globe made by Macy's in 1999.
I've been making out my Christmas list, and here's a cute little guy I want in my stocking. Joining Santa at Herald Square every year is Eben Bear, furnished by John Deere.
I agree, he's cute, Katie, but little. At 58 feet high, Eben can just about peek through the 7th floor window of Macy's children's department. That candy cane he's clutching would take an ordinary bear most of the winter to polish off. It alone is 18 feet long.
With winter around the corner, Eben's about to head back into hibernation. He himself is the size of a cabin in the Berkshires. Eben consumes 19,000 cubic feet of helium. It would take a circle of 40 children to give colossally cuddly Eben a bear hug. Make that 41, kids. I'm definitely in.
Guys, by the way, John Deere furnished all of today's gators, which help keep our balloons on track. We need those in the office.
Definitely. They look like fun.
So that was the history of Eben Bear in the parade. Quite a forgettable balloon. But after today, that is when I learned that he is indeed a mascot for a company. I always thought he was an original character, but nevertheless, I was wrong. Junior, take him away. Yes, Mr. Robo-Poppy. Right then, Robo-Poppy, would you like to do the wheel spin? It looks like he's installing an update. I didn't know one of these was coming for him. Oh well, It looks like I'll be doing the wheel spin today. As we know, Group 10 and Group 4 have the longest immunity streaks currently, but rules are rules. I'm going to wait for it to get to the number 2 and I'm going to spin. The next person up for elimination, the next group, up for elimination is... It is Group 4. Their immunity streak is over. Viewers, vote using the Google form linked in the description on who you want to eliminate from Balloon Battle. You can vote for as many characters as you like. Vote for all of them if you want. The people with the least votes will receive a double immunity token, and the second least will receive a normal immunity token, while the person with the highest amount of votes will be eliminated. I will see you all in the next episode.